before attempting to fly into the World Games Stadium on live TV and securing a number of world records and my childhood dream. You might have already some point noticed the SkySurfer Aircraft soaring through the news in what appears to be very effortless and casual flight.
Kowald has worked towards this moment his entire life.
I'm in for a reality check. I thought this was going to be a simple story about my passion for the art of flight and how this wild dream finally came together, but there was a lot that I didn't know when we originally had this idea.
Walk away from it, don't.
Oh man, Hunter lost everything.
What you may not be aware of are the many individuals working hard behind the scenes.
I remember when I first got the call to discuss this opportunity because my friends were in the background. They were being so loud that you could totally hear them on this call. So here I am at the protective stadium. The question is, what am I doing at the World Games?
Hey Hunter, what are we doing at the World Games?
Well, funny that you ask. I'm gonna be kicking off the World Games while flying the SkySurfer Aircraft for the opening ceremonies on live TV. I'm gonna be teaming up with Bootsy Collins. He's an iconic Hall of Famer musician. I'm essentially gonna be flying around as if I'm him. Currently here with Sean. He's producing the opening ceremonies for the event. And today we're gonna run through all of the technical talks.
Because this is going to be broadcasted on live TV, these guys have been working for years to make sure everything is planned down to the second.
And here we go, guys. It is the road to the World Games. First things first, we just spent the past more than 48 hours packing for this thing. We just came back from California, pulled this thing out of a box and assembled it. Now we're gonna go test it. We've got security on site. I don't even know how to explain what's back there, but it's like anything you could imagine. Everything is messed up.
Test number 2 is a little bit better, but the problem is we're stuck spinning in circles. I'm going to be flying higher than ever, so I've got to make sure this thing is in perfect condition. And that's why we're driving there.
I'm gonna need a van to get down to the World Games. It's in Birmingham, Alabama, and it was definitely a huge process to do, but we've got the entire board all packed up in here, tied down. So excited for this. Even though we do have to drive 9.5 hours to get there, I think it's gonna set us up for a way better situation later because the board is gonna be already completely assembled and ready to go.
I've got some pretty serious last-minute issues to figure out with the FAA and FBI, so I'm going to be working this entire drive. The World Games has the highest level of homeland security attached to it.
So essentially, if the drone tries to fly in, what they can do is they can jam the signals.
What are you saying right now?
This is my life.
Any foreign object headed towards the stadium is going to be hit with scrambling signals,
Which would make me fall out of the air. These conversations with the FAA and the FBI happening, just a few days in advance, going into rehearsals tomorrow.
We're running out of time, so hopefully we come up with a plan by tomorrow.
We made it all the way here, and it only cost $19.95. It's gonna be more like $600. Also, can't forget extra propellers, of course. We've got a whole box of them here. So right now we're gonna go talk to the executive producers and the directors of this entire show. So a lot of people all have ideas, but we haven't really finalized exactly what we want to do.
There's going to be a spider cam.
And here come the problems. A spider cam is a camera that can go anywhere in the stadium.
They have this cable system up here, but it's invisible.
I'm going to have to dodge this camera while flying. You'll see me pointing at it during the performance to get out of the way. This wasn't me posing for it.
There's nothing better than flying on live TV. There's actually supposed to be a sound check right now, but nothing's happening.
Backing up.
The rain is incredibly unpredictable here.
That's
Probably gonna
terrifying.
happen.
Thankfully, there's 2 days of rehearsal, so let's try this again tomorrow.
When it comes to flying in the rain, technically all my gear is waterproof and for a reason, but I definitely want to avoid it if possible. Rain is not good for electronics.
1 minute, here comes the hoverboard.
I told them we need to carefully watch these yellow cable trays on the ground because they always cause issues. Everybody could hear that test because this thing is so loud, so a crowd started to form for take 2.
Okay, so I don't like that they're there.
This is an LED panel that I'm flying on top of. It's still full of water from the rainfall yesterday, and this is just a guess, but I'm pretty sure the wind coming off of the SkySurfer Aircraft might have caused it to have some issues.
Did I break it earlier when I was flying on it?
You're 86, bro. Gotta go.
I gotta go.
People always forget that I can push 500 pounds of air off of this aircraft, so I always keep a count of the number of people I've blown over. That That was only the first part of the show, where I'm doing a demo and talking about my company and how we're selling the SkySurfer Aircraft, but now we're headed upstairs to where the real performance is happening. This is where things get challenging. I'm only going to have 30 minutes to swap batteries, and that's something I've never done before. It was extremely difficult to clear a path up there, and we caused expensive damages along the way. We all agreed we're going to need a better plan.
So I'm going to be taking off from the South Terrace. I'm going to be flying extremely high over that sign. I'm flying over here, I think it'll look a lot better. You can see me better because it'll be a bright LED backdrop, especially at night. I can fly through here if both those things are gone. And the goal is for me to finish behind the stage because then the bootsy spot. You know what this is, Kayla?
It's a thing for the lights.
It's just a box.
Turns out it's an exploding box. The biggest concern that I have right now is that everything is timed down to the second. I'll be dodging these, and when I land, the main artist is coming out. While we're up here, we're going to test a solution to our FAA and FBI problems. They're going to be on the phone with me in real time, so if anybody else tries to fly into the stadium and they have to blast signals to kill all aircrafts, they will be in constant communication with me. Except it's still really loud.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, what about now? Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you, yeah.
So cool, I can
you hear me, Hunter?
Very barely, so if we did this, you'd have to like scream.
After a crazy rehearsal like that, we have to check the condition of everything on the aircraft.
Damage, lots of damage. I knew it was gonna happen too. People get really excited when they see the board, and so a lot of people run up and just kick it. And that's what happened. These things can reach past supersonic speeds and eventually just explode while I'm flying.
And because of that, I'm gonna have 3 times the number of bodyguards.
Really expensive.
This is a massive operation. I'm sure that there's some bigger problems happening elsewhere.
Next, we're headed to check out the costume. It's supposed to replicate exactly what Bootsy Collins is going to wear. I'm finally gonna go see it for the first time. This is Twyla. She's been working on the costume for
Oh my gosh, 2 years.
2 years.
Oh, you're so tall. Take these sleeves out.
People are scrambling to rehearse in every room at this point, so there's no more audio. They're going to hold on to the costume tonight because they still have to make changes. I'm headed back to the hotel because tomorrow is the big day. On the way back in, people were packed tight outside the stadium and security was acting like the president himself is here. When it comes to bodyguards, my friend Eric taught me the more the better, so we have a whopping 12 people stationed throughout the stadium to make sure both of my performances go smoothly.
Alright, it's go time. Let's do it.
We only have 2 hours left to get ready, so in pure chaos, I ran around for last-minute meetings with pyrotechnics, the FAA, FBI, fire department, the news, and most importantly, some subscribers to this channel. Until producers started showing up at the aircraft hangar saying it's now or never. My name is Hunter Kowald, and the SkySurfer Aircraft is finally here. SpiderCam, you're in the way and I do not trust you. Now we have to race as fast as possible upstairs for the main performance to swap batteries within 15 minutes. Keep in mind, I've never done this in under an hour before. It's over 100 degrees out here right now, and the aircraft is burning my hands when I reach into it. I'm seriously worried about parts failing, but confident in the aircraft's engineering and emergency backups in place.
I'm gonna fly the high altitude first and get it over with while everything's cool, and then I'll do everything low afterwards.
I don't know when to take off. We were supposed to have a countdown on this upper screen and a producer here to tell me when. I'm sending people off to find help. My estimated takeoff time was 8 p.m. I barely latched in time when all of a sudden somebody started yelling. These events are extremely difficult to do, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else. To push the SkySurfer Aircraft forward, you can help by hitting subscribe to this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey, and oh, we're hiring, so see the description below.